The U.S. had signaled for days that retaliatory airstrikes against Iranian-backed militias were coming, and on Friday night they did. 85 targets located at 7 facilities in Iraq and Syria were struck, including command and control operations, intelligence gathering centers, and supply chain facilities of Iran's Revolutionary Guard and their proxy militias.
These targets were carefully selected to avoid civilian casualties and based on a clear, irrefutable evidence that they were connected to attacks on U.S. personnel in the region.
The White House says it informed Iraq beforehand about the strikes, but Baghdad has responded angrily, calling them a violation of its sovereignty. U.S. President Joe Biden had demanded repeatedly that Iran and its militias had to stop targeting U.S. service members in Iraq and Syria. More than 165 attacks since October. But last weekend's deaths of 3 U.S. soldiers in Jordan made the retaliatory action a foregone conclusion.
There's a huge effort here to make sure that as few lines are harmed as possible, and that it's mostly about degrading capacity and sending messages, just as they were doing with the Houthis.
In a statement after the strikes began, Biden said, "If you harm an American, we will respond," adding, "Our response began today. It will continue at times and places of our choosing."
This could launch the big war. I mean, if you hit the wrong targets in the wrong way and people get angry enough, look at the Americans right now. They were hit harder and they're hitting back harder. And that's the tit for tat escalation that can sometimes do unpredictable things.
The strikes started shortly after those 3 American service members' bodies were returned to the U.S. in a ceremony attended by President Biden, although the military says the timing of the strikes was related to the weather, not this ceremony. And now the world waits to see how Iran and its proxies will respond. Andy Roesgen, TRT World.